Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes. So we completed our subdomain enumeration topic. Okay, like how we can gather subdomains and all from publicly available data. Okay, like from certificates and from the company name and all. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about some topics before we start. Okay, let's feel organize. Okay, whatever. So today we'll discuss about the targets. Okay, so you guys know. So today we'll talk about targets. Okay, so the targets means that we are doing hunting, or it could be possible that we are doing some bug bounty as well. Okay, possible anything. So the targets means that it could be any target, like suppose it could have xyz.com. Okay, xyz.com. It could be possible, okay, for our case. But what happens if the xyz.com have 40k plus subdomains? Okay, so the 40k plus subdomains, and if we like found in that website that we have 40k plus subdomains, or like 1000 plus, suppose we're getting 1000 plus subdomains as well. So what could be the scan technique or the method? Okay, so for that, I'm using two approach. Okay, here is a two approach method. Two approach method. Okay. So the first approach is automation, another one is manual. First one is automation, second one is manual. Okay. In these two approach, basically you can use automation and manual. So in automation, okay, like if you have automation, so why we make automation, like, and what we can do with automation? Basically, if you have like 40, like 1000 plus subdomains, okay, you have that. Like, suppose I'm guessing that you have that subdomains, okay, and you don't know how to deal with those scan. Like if the company gave you the private invitation for 5 days or 3 days, okay, or your company gave you the web pen testing or the VAPT for, like, you have to complete in 3 days or something similar. Okay, so in that case of the scenario, or like if you have a big approach, like you can't do that with manual. Okay, so for that we will do automations, like we already done subdomain scrapping. Okay. So we look for subdomain. Okay. So we done already subdomain scrapping there. Subdomain scrap. So after subdomain scrapping, what we collected multiple domains from different services like cert.sh, okay, from Alien Vault, okay, and we collected from other sources like Subfinder, okay, and Virus Total. So there are more tool we use to scrap those vulnerable things. Okay. Then we will perform some secret finder for finding leakage of APIs key. Okay. Then we'll found for directories. Okay. What we mentioned about directories, like the directory listing attack, basically, which we can found with Google Docs as well and with brute forcing as well. Okay, so that's directory listing or the directory fuzzing. Okay, we'll look for automation in cross-site scripting and SQLi. Okay, there are some other attacks which is like what I say, open a redirect. Okay, there is HTML injection, HTMLi injection basically. Okay, HTMLi injection. There are many bugs we can do automate for that. Okay, so all of those attack could be done via Nuclei engine. Okay, so the Nuclei is a engine basically, not it's not like a it have any sort of vulnerability scanner or some similar like that. It have a engine which basically fetch templates. Okay, like the templates are the a real hero here. What basically perform on the given URL or the domain. Okay, or the given URLs of list. Okay, it could possible. So the templates go to the Nuclei engine and try to fetch with the given URLs or the subdomains we give to the Nuclei basically. Okay, so with that basically we're not getting much information. Okay, for that we need a different tools like for XSS. It could be possible for OpenRed, like there is Katana. Okay, like there is GAU Go basically, which is get all URLs. There is Wayback Machine. Okay, so these are the tool, etc. Like there are hack crawler as well. So there are multiple tools which we have to use, and we have to make a one liner. Maybe you guys heard about one liner. So the
No.
one liner is basically a list uh, of tools where what we will use in a single command. Okay, so that is one line. Like we are using Katana, HTTPX, Nuclei, Wayback, Hack crawler, so all in the in single command, which is basically one liner. Okay, where we will do greping or we will do filtering. Okay, so that is known as one liner. Okay, so if I say that our approach is two style approach, which is automation and manual. So in automation we are gonna use tool because the subdomains or like you have approached a target. Okay, suppose you have approached a target and you don't know the target very well, like you are not deep dived about the core engine and all, like how the website is basically working, what functionality does the website have. Okay, you don't have much time for that. Okay, so you're just hopping from targets to targets, okay, to getting bugs. So or like you don't want to invest more time in finding in a single program like which you don't like, but you want to perform the automation. So you can follow this automation path. Okay, what I mentioned here. If you go to manual approach. Okay, so the manual approach is like you have to basically focus on a single target. Okay, so that is the motto for manual: focus on single target. Okay, so we have to focus on a single target. Then what we have to do, we have to understand the functionality, understand the functionality of the website, function of website, which is required. Okay, without that we can't do manual testing. Okay, so what does mean by we have to understand the function of a website? Can you guys elaborate, please? Like, if you guys have known or done any manual testing.
The flow of website, the logic.
Yeah, yeah. So you have to understand the logic basically. So like there is, if I suppose talk about as a website which is like Zakpay, okay, which offers the bounty as well. So The ZuckPay is basically a kind of payment gateway program. Okay, power your payments with ZuckPay, like it's Reserve Pay or Cash Free, or like Stripe, or like any other payment gateways. Okay, so here we get only in our eyes, like we don't done any like subdomain enumeration or some similar thing. We just create an account here and started to understand the flow, like we have to put our name. Okay, so if putting our name is considered, but if I put numbers or try to put some brackets and all, like is it see after that it giving a not a valid input. So we have to figure it out, the whole structure and the whole way flow, like how the things are accepting and how the things are not accepting in the server responses. Okay, so we have to understand the flow, like there is a captcha which we can't bypass, or we have to bypass, but captcha is not is basically bypassable, but we have to check for the misconfiguration if the. So we will check each of the application, each of the function, or each of the endpoint, like whatever making a request to the server, we have to look for it. So you can create account via Google as well, or you can create a account via your office email and on all. Okay, so in the both way you can do sign up. But what if there is a login? So in login you can do via both, like with the email password, there is a Google login, there is a forget password function as well. So if you forget your password, so if you go to, so it will ask for your email and there is a submit function. So we have to capture every each and endpoint, like we put our email, we have to capture it with Burp Suite, we have to put submit, we will capture every request and all. Okay, so this is a manual testing. For manual testing, there are multiple checklists and cheat sheet available on GitHub, but I will show you some few of them, and I will give it later because we're not doing manual testing right now. So there are some methods like account takeover methodologies, which is like how to reset poison password reset poison, token theft, like no read limit. Okay, good chaining the season, authentication bypass. Okay, token leakages. Okay, these are the API testing, like how to test for APIs and all, how to do reverse engineer API. Okay, like how to do perform DOS. Okay, like email DOSes, long password DOS attack, long string DOS attack. Okay, we will have to check this. So we have to do authentication bypass, where we could do response manipulation attacks, status code manipulation, 2FA code leakage, JS file analysis, 2FA code reusability, like missing 2FA, CSRF, and all and all and all. Like there's OTP bypass as well. You can do OTP bypass. So like these that have broken link hijacking, checklist for multiple thing, like what we have to follow. Okay, see, that is the checklist. Basically in the checklist we have to perform multiple tools like JS parse or liquid, what I basically talking in automation basically. It have mentioned it here. So there are a web application pen testing cheat list, like what cheat list you have to follow. Like here are the proper cheat list by some Tushar Verma. Okay, so we have to do recon, like identify the web server, like what we still doing. Okay, like subsidiary, reverse lookup, listen lookup, Google docking, GitHub recon, directory enumeration, IP range, JS file analysis, subdomain enumeration before seeing subdomain takeover, parameter fuzzing, port scanning, template based scanning, which is Nuclei. Okay, wayback history, broken link hijacking, misconfigured and all and all. Okay, so these are the checklist with what we have to follow. Like there are this guy mentioned 200 plus checklist, but there are multiple checklists which have like 300 plus or 400 plus checklists as well. So it depends on the functionality, how the functionality works basically. So that's the thing. So now there are what I mentioned already. Okay, so that's the checklist basically. So what we have to do perform and what we are not. Okay, so like there are CMS best, like there are Adobe Experience Manager CMS, there are Drupal CMS, there are what I say, Moodle CMS, WordPress CMS. Okay, so These are the vulnerabilities we have to look for in manual testing, like rest condition, password reset, parameter pollution, open redirection, OAuth misconfigure, MFA bypass. So for this testing of these bugs, basically you have to stick to one program for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months, because the function of the endpoints would be massive if you approach a high reach target. Okay, and it times to understand the logic of the website, like how the functionality is working basically. So it's you have to basically give much more time. Okay, so in manual testing. Okay, so if you're doing manual testing for like VAPT or some similar thing, you can follow the checklist and all. You can do bit of automation, like try to getting some secret files or try to perform some uh, with the given nuclear templates to find some vulnerabilities on public server or the web server basically. It could possible. So that is the difference between automation and manual. Okay, so in the two approach basically, the automation have a huge list of tools and huge operandi basically. You can basically do whatever you want, okay, in automation. Like, so in automation basically you were just randomly choosing a target and doing uh, perform a lots of tool on that server basically. If that hit with any sort of target or it give a match that it have a vulnerability, so you found that. But in manual, there are more chances to get the vulnerability because we are understanding the function and we are performing attacks by logic. Okay, so in automation there are no logics. Okay, if you have like 50% have logic and 50% is basically like luck based attack. Okay, so that's the thing. But in manual basically we have to be, focus on the functionalities. Okay, so that is the way of our approach. Okay, basically everything does the same. Okay, so if you want to earn like in a short time, you can perform automation. If you want to earn big, but it could take time, so you have to focus on manual. Okay, so that's the apparently to I want to try to understand you both of guys, like how the things works basically. Okay, so mm, I guess you guys understood that how the things are working
Yes,
here.
yes.
Yes.
So
So
you have
now, like,
collected that cheat sheet in one file or what? The cheat sheet you
yeah,
have shown.
I'll give you.
Okay.
uh, there are multiple cheat sheets. Okay, so you guys like probably find bug bounty cheat sheets on GitHub. There are multiple. Those are basically these are basically the cheat, not a checklist. It's a kind of a methodology. Okay,
Hmm.
by multiple users or guys have provided on Twitter tips, bug bounty tips. Okay. That is basically collected here, like how to perform and all. We have to check for that and all. This is, doesn't consider as what is it, checklist. Checklist is this one. This one is the basically checklist, which is like you have done this, then you have to check with the box basically. These are the checklist. Okay, so you have done an all and all. So that is checklist, and these are the methods basically. So the methods could be different for everyone. Okay, so like your methods could be different, our method could be different, his method can be different. It could possible like anyone have the, like if you found any sort of new method you can add to in your list. So it is basically like experiencing all of the stuff by your own. Okay, so that's the thing. I'll share it with you. I have to go through each checklist as well. Sure. Or you can basically make checklist. Okay, by uh, checking like bug bounty checklist. Okay, so if you go like bug bounty checklist, so there are multiple checklists. Okay, available on Google. Like there is JSON's methodology. Like there are multiple. Okay, so you can do one thing that you can make your checklist and collect all the information from different sources. What is basically look sensible or it will be helpful for you. Okay, or you can do a checklist by a default, which is book.hacktricks.xyz, okay, which have all the checklist for different type of attacks, like how to do Recon for pen testing, for Linux hacking, for macOS hacking, Windows hacking, and all. Okay, for mobile pen testing, network pen testing, for pen testing web, like account takeover, 2FA bypass, OTP bypass. So this website is a lot of, like, it's collecting from the whole community of the bug bounty or the web pen testing community. So you can follow this as well as your default checklist. Like, firstly, you can follow this checklist. So it will be helpful. Like, it have all of the collection all over the checklist, and you can make your later. Okay, after understanding the whole structure and all. So that's the thing basically, is checklist. So now I will talk about three sort of attacks with the automation. Okay. Uh, did I mention the first attack, like first automation, like how to approach with Subfinder, Nuclei, and HTTPX? Did I discuss this automation?
In the last class you have mentioned, but there was some error in your.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's start with. I have changed my machine. Like, it was lagging in Kali machine. Switch to Hyper-V. Okay. So this one, I mentioned already, I guess. Mm, I will explain that again. So it will help me for you. Sorry. Sorry, sorry. Okay. So first we need to create a directory, which is, I already mentioned that. You can create a directory with a name like, mm, what I say. Let's find some targets first. Like, we need. So there are the target now. The Bihar website is some similar. This one. Let's try on this. Okay. So Bihar Gov. Bihar Gov. Okay. City. So I'm just showing an example like how to do that scan and all. So first we need to create a directory, not a directory. We need to create a file basically with the name of URLs, or you can choose your name as well. So we have to put the website basically, which is bihar.gov.in, which is our target. Now we have to press the clipboard and we have to save it as yes. So the payload got stored. Okay. Now I will talk about one thing that, mm, this attack, okay, which is performing by default, okay, which is the Nuclei template we are using, which is performing the attack by default. Like it doesn't have any sort of new thing or like new templates and all. Okay, so what it's doing is basically the sub finder, okay, the tool. These three tools are not installed yet. Okay, so that's why it's giving in the underline here. So finder basically scrap your domains. Okay, like it will do scrapping for domains. And there are another tool I mentioned is Amas, which is basically mm, the level checklist one notes. This one, okay, this one. So there are a website tool basically which is Amas. You can do Amas enumeration minus D, or you can do only Amas minus D. You don't need to put NM. Okay, NM take much time, but minus D. If you do Amas minus D on the website, it will also scrap the different subdomains from different sources. Okay, because Amas using a high uh, usage of tools like virus total, alien vault, and all. Okay, so it is getting from different web services. Okay, so you can use this tool like Finder or the Amas. So if I hit enter, so first I have to install the tools. Sorry, I didn't install all this. Mm, so this is basically helpful for you. Okay. Now I will talk about the HTTPS toolkit, which basically verifies the um, active subdomains, like which could be visible to you. Like we can visit the site basically. So we are looking for 200 response. Like we didn't mention any match code or the response and all, but yes, it will just do automatic filtration and it will store the files into, so like you can put in active dot like alive domains or something similar. Okay, so after that, the thing will go to store in active.txt. Now what happens that after storing all of the file, the Nuclei engine, it will load the default templates. Okay, so Nuclei have templates which is visible via GitHub repo. Okay, so these are the basically community curated list. So these are the templates what we are looking for. Yeah. We need to install HTTPX toolkit. Give me a second. HTTPX. HTTPX already installed, but we need HTTPX toolkit, so it will do the work more better. So here is the Nuclei templates, like for different services or the different attacks. Okay, like for there are CVs for dash and checking, for there are source code review, okay, for CVs and Linux privilege escalation and all. So all of the templates are stored as like YAML. So it is a YAML uh, templates basically. So it have ID, like what does this bug, what is the author of the bug, the severity of the bug, and all and all. It have stored into this Nuclei templates, and after that the code is started. Like it will start try to inject the given code, like bash, who am I, and all. They try to capture the etc shadow file and all and all. Okay, so there are other website for web-based attacks and all. Okay, like there are some EC2 direction, which is basically account takeover. Like if you have AWS server and all and all. Okay, so these are the basically templates, like how it mentioned, like after giving the tag, like how it works and all. Then there comes that how to perform the attack. Yeah, okay. So it have mentioned some regex, like it have to capture these values like Amazon AWS.com, like compute.com. It will try to capture the CNAME, it will try to check the FQDN, okay, and it will give you the, if it found on the AWS, like here is a bucket basically, like this one, AON apps.s3 southeast one. Okay. So like this one, if you try to get some similar of this URL, okay, it will give you a message like we have found this URL with the name of this. Okay, so it will try to capture that and will give show you on your terminal basically. So that's the thing. What Nuclei templates done. Templates basically available here, which is by community. Like the community collect multiple new attacks and all, and the old attacks they were uh, made a template and uploaded it here. Okay, so these templates are basically by using by everyone, so there are less probability to get a vulnerability on a running server like miro.com or skype.com or like amazon.com. You won't get much vulnerabilities on the servers, but if you found any of vulnerabilities like what I say, like I have found a vulnerability in Nokia by doing the similar thing. Okay, so give me a second. I will show you the vulnerability, which is process scripting and a reflection exercise basically. So just give me a minute. I will show you. Nokia.com. Copy link. I'm sharing it to the chat box. Okay. Here I shared the link. Copy link. So here, if I open the link, see it will give me a process scripting with document domain or whatever. Like if I put document dot cookie, Hey guys, hello, hello. Sorry. I have to wait. Okay, so am I audible now? Yes.
Yes.
So what I'm talking about that, like you can see that uh, the website is responding to process scripting, which is the website belongs to Nokia.com. So this bug is finded via this given template, like what I mentioned. The template is this attack. Okay, so this attack is basically more useful when you perform it on what is it the Linode server basically. Okay, so in Linode basically the operation goes to the high end server of the Linode, and it have a huge internet capacity, so the attack flow doesn't take much time. Okay, so it can check 40,000 or 50,000 plus subdomains in 1 or 2 days. Okay, if you use Linode server. So do you guys use Linode by chance? If you don't, then you can there are many offer going for a Linode where you can get 100 USD for 2 months. Okay, where you can basically claim the offer. Okay, like you can get deal and you can get the offer basically. Okay, so if you just click on get deal, like if you have the referral, you try out cloud computing service for free with $100 credit. Okay, just you have to create a email basically where you need to sign up with your email. Okay, and then you have to give a username like some, like I will give root, and I'll give you password like some random password. I try to suggest password, strong password, like continue. Okay, you can okay, like root 0x, suggest password, continue. Okay, maybe it will help. Okay, so first I have to verify the email. Okay, like I will verify that quickly in my device. Confirm email. Okay, so I confirmed the email basically. So you can see root 0x. Okay, so now it will say, tell you to verify your mobile number and all. Okay, after verify that, or you can skip that verification of mobile number and all. Okay, so you have to put your country name like India and all. Like you can put your mobile number. Like I have given 8001 info. Okay, so you have to send the code to verify mobile number first. Okay, after verifying the mobile number, it will ask you to verify mm, a payment method basically. Okay, so the payment method is required because it will verify uh, the account or the user is valid or not. Okay, it will charge you 80 rupees or some similar. Okay, like 100 rupees maximum, and it will be refunded in your account in 2 days. Okay, so you just need to be paid the thing. Okay, for verification only, like you can use PayPal or you can use credit card and GPay. Okay, and like if you have GPay, so it will process the thing much faster than thing. Like you need to have a what I say. Like you have to put card number and all, and you have to give the address. Then it will verify the thing. Okay, so it will just take less than a minute to verify. You need Visa or Mastercard to verify that, or you can use PayPal as well. Okay, so after doing that, it won't allow you to access the Linode server. Okay, it will take 1 day or like 12 hours. Actually, basically, it takes 12 hours to activate the account by verifying the everything. Then it will give you the success basically. Okay, so after that you can log in on Linode. Okay, then you can create a Kali ISO basically, which is basically Like you can install from marketplace the Kali thing, Kali Linux, and you can use it using your command prompt like ws, like you can use ssh access, or you can use mobile extreme. Okay, like you can use putty as well to use the Linode server. Okay, so there you have to set up the Kali, and you have to update the Kali, like sudo apt update, sudo apt upgrade, and all. Then you have to install this three tool like I mentioned in my this thing, that Hyper-V, that you need Subfinder, HTTPX toolkit, Nuclei. These three tools we need it, or you can make a script of that using ChatGPT and all, and you can store the script into uh, user bin folder. Okay, so you can access it from everywhere, and it will basically help you to uh, do the thing in much easier way. Like we don't have to put every single thing like this. Just you have to create a folder, and you have to do like dot xss.sh or dot automation.sh like this, and you have to give the URL file onto the folder. That's it. It will helpful for you, like, and you can run the thing easily. Okay, so that's how can this thing could be done. So if you guys need help with a Linode server, like if you want to use for 2 months for free, and just sign up and log in. Okay, and I will set up it for you. After all the verification and all, like the payment method and all, I will verify. I will set up all of your Linode server for both of you. Okay, and you can use it from your terminal as well. Okay? So I can do that if you want to. So it will be more useful because the internet and the processor is much faster than our hardware. So we can do this automation. It is not automation, but using three tools in a single way is much more effective to check the bugs in the public servers and all. Okay, so that's the thing I am talking about. So it will be much faster for you. So now I will launch the uh, thing like Subfinder manage DL URLs. Okay, so the DL is basically for I'm giving a list of URLs, so which is this, and it will store subdomains.txt, then HTTPX toolkit, which will verify the subdomains and store into the active file, which could be reachable the site, and there are nuclei, which is basically doing the thing like the template scanning and all. Okay, so I'm just hitting enter, and it will start all of the work. Okay, so you can see Subfinder is outdated and all, uh, but you can update it via the Subfinder GitHub directory. Subfinder, you can update it via Subfinder GitHub. You can okay, so you need to install Go. Okay, so there need a Go. So just copy the command, and you can basically go to new tab of cd dot. Okay, you are in now home directory basically of the Kali. Okay, where ls minus if you do, you can see that there are multiple like desktop cache. So these are the known as home directory. Okay, here you need to do is paste the uh, URL. Okay, and you need to install it. Okay, so you can see the Golang is not installed here. Okay, so you can install sudo apt install Golang Go. So it will uh, help you to install Go language. Sorry, so it will take just a minute for installing. I hope guys you are enjoying the classes.
Very much, very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So Golang is more reliable. Okay, if you using these tools like Go tools, like Project Discovery made it, like Subfinder, Nuclei. These are basically made with Go. Go is more faster than Python tools. Okay, which have more accuracy and more, which is basically. Guys, give me a minute. I will back. Hey guys, sorry again. There is a cockroach in my room. My mom is panicking too much. Uh, I have to kill it. I did. And success got a bounty. Okay. So what I am telling about updating the Subfinder. Okay. So for updating Subfinder, you need a Golang. You can install it by typing Go. You will get the packages like Golang Go. Okay. And here it is paste clipboard, which is now it will install the Subfinder. Okay, it takes a bit of time, okay, to install. See, you can see the Nuclei is also outdated. You can update Nuclei similar way, okay, and the new template version is outdated as well. Okay, so new update will be could be fetched automatically. Okay, so it because happens with the outdated thing, the version is showing outdated, so the template version is also showing outdated, so you could be updated via similar way, the thing. So what is this, like it is have some error, like some network error, I guess. Go downloading. Okay, it started downloading. Okay, it will just take a minute. If you have good internet, it will just take 1 minute maximum. But still you can't able to use that. Okay, like after installation like this, you have to add the directory or the path, okay, to your bash rc or the zsh rc, okay, which you are using. Basically, if you are using Kali, the default shell is zsh. Okay, so you have to mention the path where your packages are storing, or you can do one thing that you can move the package to user bin folder, so from that you can use it pretty well. So the installation is going on, and you can see it have the Nuclei basically now added new templates, like new release have 142 latest release, and templates is loaded for current scan is 4233, okay, which is the total templates we have right now in the default templates of Nuclei. Okay, and it had loaded the templates are signed, because so we have to look for signed templates. Signed means basically the templates is verified by the community or the Nuclei, okay, itself. So it is signed. And now I'll talk about private custom Nuclei templates, which is basically that you have to collect from different sources of GitHub. Okay, so for that I will give you a repo. I will give you a repo, which is from Imad Shanab, basically, who made a collection of all private packages of the Nuclei templates from different um, guys who did research on his own private Nuclei templates. Okay, so these are the all templates which it have. So you just have to run this after git clone the repo. You have to do python 3 bulk clone repos.py. Okay, after doing that, it will take a 2-3 hours if you have good internet, or it will take max 8 to 10 hours. Okay, after you have to run this duplicates template.py, which will remove the duplicate templates. Okay, and after you have to run this commands.md, which is basically like kind of find all YML files and sort them. So basically we are sorting the files, and we can look the file as a text file. Okay, so it is basically for like whatever file it have. Okay, so you can check it in all text file in a single text file. Okay, because it will generate multiple folder, multiple templates, multiple list of thing. Okay, so that's why if you want to check all of the files, you can check with the single text file. Okay, so these are the custom templates you can do. Okay, so I'm sharing with you. Okay, so using the custom templates, code, we you can use it by the command of nuclei minus t, okay, which is basically mm, the command basically where you can put our custom path of the templates. Okay, so the minus t is basically for pointing out the custom template. Okay, so you can see that here is where it is gone. Okay, so you can see the run nuclei specific template directories. Okay, so you can put directories or you can give directories as well, like minus t and your downloaded path of the custom nuclei text. Okay, so it will check for a each and every. So if you download those file, okay, those custom templates, it will have probably 17,000 templates, which is unsigned, and Nuclei will warn about you, and Nuclei will take lots of RAM for that. Okay, so uh, that's the thing is basically we have to check it, like if you have given 4 GB RAM and you're giving that whole path of that custom template, your machine will be crashed because it will take much more RAM. Okay, like the Kali will be shut down or it will be get not responding, okay, for long hours, because after loading all of the templates, it for loading templates the Nuclei engine, it takes much power basically. Okay, so that's how you can do basically. So we're getting some Node Express dev environment issues with that templates what have default engine loaded. Okay, so this the domain basically is vulnerable, not vulnerable I can say. We have to look it for, because Nuclei also gave sometimes false positive response as well. Okay, so we have to look for it. Okay, let the scan have to done. Okay, we will found more of vulnerabilities. Okay, and I will be back in 5 minutes. Okay, so let's the scan done because it will take much time. I want to see more results and we'll discuss the vulnerabilities after that. Okay, so just give me 5 minutes. I am back. Or you can do one thing, that you can initiate your scan on your Kali or WSL, whatever you have, or you can set up the Linode server if you want. Okay, so I can set up the Linode server for you, right? For you. Okay, so just do whatever you want. Okay, I'll just back in 5 minutes. Hello. So we are getting login pages and nothing more. We have get it still now. So like we have admin pages. Okay. So you guys are new in bug bounty or what I say in a web pen testing. So how you can understood that it is what type of vulnerability? Okay. So you have to copy the name, like what name throwing is Nuclei. You have to copy that name, and you have to go to mm, Nuclei templates actually. Nuclei templates. No, not this one. This one is you have to go to the original source of the Nuclei templates, and you can go to any code, or you can just put go to file with the name. So it comes with the name that it is have under HTTP folder. There is misconfiguration folder, and there is the path, and you will get the idea about the vulnerability. Like what is the vulnerability? So the name of the vulnerability is Node.js Express Node Environment Development Mode. Author name Severities Medium. So there is a description. The Node.js application runs in development mode, which can expose sensitive information such as source code and secrets depending on the application. Okay, so it is a misconfiguration, you have to check it for. Okay, and here is the references. So you can open the reference and can look for the vulnerability and can learn for the vulnerability what it does say and how to exploit this. There are two reference available. You can read or study about them, like actions to take, like node into production. So basically they're running the website as a development server. Okay, so if if you get if you have to switch it to production, so you can switch to it by, so there's the remediation. Okay, and there is some impact which is like development mode expressed as more verbose error which can result in information leakage, the blah 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 and all. So that's how you can look for vulnerabilities, or like you can learn for vulnerabilities. So it's saying that it have to check with slash about, where is the server, like if you could check with about and all, like you can do directory fuzzing on that as well. Okay, like if I do not this one, sorry, I have to copy the website, and if I try with slash about. Okay, see, we have getting verbose error. Okay, which is if the production is basically in production server, so we won't get this sort of errors basically. So you can see that it have a home directory of the file. Okay, so it have home, then there is a username which is edu crm web, then there is a folder bpsc, then there is a bpsc teacher. Okay, so it is a leakage of some files. Okay, so uh, we can check for platforms and all. Okay, so there are multiple ways to check many dbs and all. Okay, so that's how we can do basically check for some files. Okay, and all. Okay, so it is a informational leakage, you can consider it as, if you didn't have any reference mentioned in the YML packages and all. Okay, so you can go to hacker gpt, probably I mentioned that before about hackergpt.co. So it's for like pen tester, bug hunters, and for hackers basically. We can do lots of stuff with this hacker gpt. It is all fully jailbreaked. Okay, it doesn't block any uh, response or any, like you can generate expert as well from here. So you can download plugins as well. Okay, from the plugin store. So there are cb maps, cybersafe, subfinder, there are alterx, goaling finder, web scrapper. There are multiple available. Okay, so there are some popular available, like there are nuclei as available as well. There are Amas, Katana, HTTP, Go, everything is available here. So for that you need a pro version of this. So it is a kind of a, like you can say, is VPS server. Okay, you can do enumerate about website or some similar thing. Like if I give, hmm, like if I use the plugin Subfinder, if I put bihar.gov.in, it will give me the list of the subdomains with the subdomain finder tool. Okay, so see it giving the command subfinder minus domain bihar.gov.in, and the scan is initiated. It will take some time. See, we got the list. Okay, so you can done subdomain enumeration from your mobile as well. Okay, using the HackerGPT tool. And if you have Linode, so you can done this tool in Linode too. Okay, so these are some portable method to do scanning and all. Okay, and it is basically like you can scrap any website as well. Okay, so that's the thing you can do. And if you don't choose no plugin selected, and if you go to Kali and you have got some Nuclei link, so you have to copy the thing, and you have to ask hacker gpt that I have found a uh, bug on Nuclei scan. Then you have to put hyphen, then you have to put uh, what this bug can do and how to exploit the bug for checking the vulnerabilities there or not. Okay, the vulnerability. So you can just give it thing, and you can enable a web scraper as well, like using a website data extractor. You can give that as well to it can extract the data from website. Okay, so it now see it will give you the whole information like description and all, like information disclosure, insecure middleware, like process scripting, SQL injection, command injection. Okay, like you can gather information, like you can do npm list report the vulnerability. Okay, so this sort of vulnerability you can perform, like you can do this sort of attack and you can get the idea about the vulnerability. Okay, like and give it a idea that give me a um, SQL injection attack method to perform in the website. Like, you can ask HackerGPT to do give you some example to perform. Like if you don't have clue like what to do and what you have to, so it will scrap all of the data from multiple sources and it will give you. Okay, so see, it uh, it doesn't have a specific exclamation attack to give you with the given URL. Okay, so you need to give it maybe a parameter or some similar thing, and it will give you some URL or payloads to check for that particular parameter and all. Or you can do that we have a login page basically on that page. Okay, or you can do just there is a login page, you can perform this explanation attacks like or 1 equal to 1. Okay, like this sort of attacks you can try to perform the, you can try to bypass the login. You can do that. Okay, so hacker gpt will help in this way. Okay, so probably you guys get idea that how to perform the attack and all. Okay, so the thing is going on still, it take times. And here we already installed the subfinder. Okay, so if I launch subfinder, let's see if the package is got updated or not. So the package you can see is outdated. So where you install the package, like you have to do ls minus la, and there you sorry, there is a folder called go. We have to visit that, and if you do ls, so there is a folder called bean where the actual package got installed. So we have to move this package to the main folder which is user bin. So we have to use sudo mv for move the package, which is to /user/bin, where first we have to mention the package, which is subfinder. Okay, then we have to mention the target. Then it will ask for you the password, and let's see the package is there. So the package got moved to the user bin. Okay, now I will do subfinder again and look for the project is updated or not. Now see, mm, see there is no warning for the outdated software and all. Okay, so like this you can update a package in Go. Okay, so that's the thing you can do. And for the Nuclei templates, the private ones, basically you can do just to code copy the URL of the git, do git clone here. Okay, now we have to move to desktop basically. Without that we can't. So we'll do git clone. Okay, it will gather all of the files. Now we have to move to the Nuclei templates, cd Nuclei templates collection. Okay, so in that folder there are some commands. Okay, so this command will basically fetch the files. Okay, like cd bulk clone repos and remove duplicate files. Okay, so there's a readme file as well. You can read the readme file. Okay, so the readme is nothing, just do ls and run python 3 bulk clone 1. Okay, and it will start to download the templates. Okay, now go to the folder. You can see the file is started downloading, like in the community templates folder. See, there are some log4j templates. Maybe you heard about the bugs log4j and all. Okay, because log4j templates. So these are the license final report and all. So there are the templates like payloads. These are the text file. Here are the community files, which is YAML. Okay, so these are the basically templates which we can check. Okay, so these are the custom templates which you can check. If you double click and you can see mm, on mouse pad, so there will get more info about the vulnerability, like the name is remote code injection, severity is critical, here is a description, here is some references. Okay, like how it's performing the verification of the bug with this get responses. Like it's basically like using XAPI version forward for user agent authentication. Okay, so it is have some matcher condition. Basically it have to match with word. Okay, and it's using regex. Okay, so it is basically matching the words and the response with the interact sh protocol, and it will check for the vulnerabilities. Okay, so the template is built like this. So there are multiple templates will be downloaded after this. So it's a matter of time. Just see, it have more than 14 GB or 15 GB templates only here. You can download each and every one one by one. Okay, and sometime you will get some hit, like it required username password. Probably that is possible. The template of the repo is basically private. For that you need username and password. So just you have to hit enter 2 times for username and password, so it will got bypass or skip. Okay, so we don't need those one which is private. Basically you don't know the password and all. So that's the thing we can do here. See, and the thing is started downloading from different GitHub repos and all. See, it is just 2%. So somehow the template file is like for 100 MBs or 200 MBs. Okay, so it takes time to download and all. So that's the thing. So I'm just doing control C. I don't need the file right now. Okay, I have already, so I don't. You can download it and it can use by mentioning the template. Like you can sort the template. Okay, so if you want to sort, like here, if I open terminal and if I do ls and if I do cat commands. Okay, so here is the command. Basically, you can store all of the files are downloaded in a text file. So if we check, so there are some sorted YML files.txt, which you can see by opening the link. See, there are multiple YAML files and YML files. Okay, wherever the packages are there. Okay, so see, there are multiple CVs and all and all and all. Okay, so you can use those as custom templates. Okay, so that's the thing. Probably you understood how the things work. You can remove the duplicate templates by running that package. Okay, so that's the thing. So see, there we got a CV 2017-3506. Just you can simply copy the CVE, okay, and go to the browser and can look for, sorry, I don't think it copied. Copy selection. Whatever, it's not copying, I guess. Copy selection. To Control C. Sorry. Okay, so if you mistakenly do Control C, okay, on the Nuclei scan, it will create a resume file, which is the configuration. Like if you run the same script again, like if you do Nuclei minus L and the thing, copy the selection, then you can do paste the command and it will start from the resume file. Okay, like where it is stopped, from it will start the scan again. Okay, so it basically a resume, like pause button basically, if you mistakenly do Control C there. Okay, so the copy paste is not working here, I don't know why. 2017 you can do manually, like 3506. Now you can do check for there are the National Institute of Standard Technology, which is NVD database. Okay, or you can check for any other like HackerOne or GitHub. Basically, they have advisories basically, or you can just simply go to like exploit, search for. So if you try to see if there is an exploit or not available in GitHub. Okay, so see that the vulnerability is saying the vulnerability is in Oracle WebLogical Server component of Oracle Fusion middleware. Subcomponent is web services supported version that affected 10.3.60 and all and all and all. Unauthenticated attacker with network access via should be compromised or successful attacker of the vulnerability can result unauthorized creation, deletion, or modification access to critical data, or all WebLogical server accessible data as unauthorized to critical data or computer. Okay, so the vulnerability they gave is like 7.4 is high, and there is a modified. Uh, it have a given the vulnerability has been modified since it was last analyzed by the NVD. It is awaiting reanalysis, which may result in further changes. So it could be possible a false positive. Okay, so it is already modified and it doesn't have done any reanalysis of the bug. Okay, so that is probably a false positive. So we have find a what I say mm, a what I say is that a probably this one a exploit. Okay, actually we found this while researching for it. Okay, so the vulnerability have a POC. This is a POC of the WebLogical XML decoder serialization. Okay, so you can use it via java minus jar. Okay, and the jar file, and you have to give the URL where is basically the vulnerability. Okay, let's see if it have any vulnerability or not. Okay, so here is the vulnerable web server, which is okay. See, nuclear version and all. Okay, and it started reloading and all. Okay, so let's copy link address and try to open this. Registration requester port type. Let's see if it is opening or not, and try to copy Let's see if we have installed Java minus jar on our machine or not. Let's see, Java minus jar. Is it available? Yes, it is available. And I'll do download the file. Give me a second. Okay, it has some web services like this. Okay, it is giving some web services endpoint like this. Let's see and try with that payload or the POC which is given here. Start download. I will extract the file and let's open this. I'll open my terminal from here. Open the terminal. Now I'll try Java. What is the command like here? Java dash jar WebLogic. Then you have to give the website link. Where is the this one? Yes. Why it's not copying? I have it out. Yeah, it's copying, but taking much time. Let's try to capture the website, which is this one, HTTPS and all. Try to put it here, and let's hit enter. Let's see if it vulnerable or not. Okay, so it doesn't giving any response or similar something. Okay, like whatever it is put it here. Like, or we can try with only the jar file as well. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, we need to give it host and port as well. Okay, so the common port is like 7001. Let's try with that port. 7. First, check it here that it is a port in 443, I guess. Let's see. 7001. Maybe it need port or some similar thing. And or we can look for the vulnerability in more deeply. Okay, like copy the CV from here and go to templates. And let's try to debug that file, see if there are any reference of that attack, if there are HackerOne reports are available. Okay, so let's hop on that. There are another reports. Let's see on the HackerOne report first. Okay, which is giving that. Hmm. So he identified a CV on that site, and it have the same thing like we have registration request port type will trigger remote OS code execution. Okay, and it have, so he tried this code in the response. Okay, this code, and it gives the response like this. Okay, sorry, we have to simply minimize the thing. Okay, so he give mm, the above command or the payload here, and he pressed who am I. Okay, and he give collaborator link where he get the response with the who am I. Okay, so he get it as critical. Mm, okay, now he checked for the validation. Okay, so let's try with the given payload. Okay, and try to open that website again. Okay, so here is the thing, and let's go to, okay, let's open the pub suite. Okay. Mm, are you guys there? Or
Yes.
yeah. The pub is updating. Let's see if the vulnerability exists or not. So as per on the HackerOne report, we are proceeding, okay, because we don't have idea about the attack, or I don't know. I'm basically facing this attack as a new thing, like for me. So I didn't see this CV earlier. Let's see if it have any bug or not. Just taking much time. What is okay? So you can see the Nuclei doesn't take the resume file. Probably there are some commands for Nuclei, I guess. Okay, where you need to mention the resume tag and you have to give the configuration file what is saved earlier. This file, the resume dot c configuration, you have to like dash resume something is there and you have to put it there. So, delete start. Now paste and go. The project is starting. Much. Okay, let's try again. Okay, the page is loaded. Okay, now I will try to intercept it with interception and dismiss. Okay, now I'll do send it to repeater. Okay, and now forward the response, whatever it is. So here, as per the HackerOne report, where it is, so he done the thing, this payload. Okay, so I'll copy the payload from what he given. Okay, and here he mentioned who am I, and here is the bubcollaborator.net. Okay, so in community edition you don't have collaborator access. Okay, so you could use ping b. If you don't have the access, you can use crack version. I won't recommend it because it could have possible malware or some similar thing, so I won't recommend, but you can use uh, at on your risk. Okay, so interact, or you can use interact sh service. Okay, which is app.interactsh.com. Okay, I'll give you the link, both of them. So here is the pingb.in site, maybe not working, probably it's down or similar. So let's wait for loading the site. Let's see, can we get the vulnerability or not. The whole website got stuck. Okay, so here is the uh, link you can copy. Okay, and you can go now. You can copy, and where is the bub suite? There it is. So let's paste the thing. Okay, here I paste servers.fun and now send it to server. See, we're getting 200. Okay, okay. Now we have to look for here. So if I got any hit or something, let me. Probably you won't get any hit or something like that. Let's see if we get any hit, or anything. like do send again. Probably like it's results. Okay. Probably there is no response coming back. We can do we can try ns lookup as well. Ns lookup. It takes time to load. Let's see. Probably it doesn't have. No, it doesn't getting any response from the server. So probably it's a false positive or similar. Okay. So there is no bug, I guess. No bug, I guess. Yeah, the bug is not there. So we can see for different thing if how the bug persists or how the bug is basically there, like the bug is passed or for some similar code case, like it is for some similar case like that is not secured properly or could misconfigured possibly there. So that could be possible. So let's so we tried with that, but okay, let's do try out the crack bug suite as well. Okay, maybe I'm not promoting to use it, but yes, just using for education purpose, like if the vulnerabilities still persist there or not. Just want to look for it. Probably not. Here is the target proxy. Intercept the- so it's getting a request. Let's send it to respond the request. Um, okay. So it is getting the response. Basically. Now going to repeater. The repeater goes. Okay. So we have to use collaborator as well. Get started. Copy to clipboard. And there is a repeater we're looking for. First, we have to copy the thing. Here is the collaborator link we need. Copy to clipboard. Let's send the request. Let's see if it is polling. As per the response, it's not as per the given hackathon report, it's not working. Basically, probably it's a false positive we got. Okay, or the vulnerability doesn't exist. Might be the URL only be fetchable like this one. This URL is only fetchable. Okay, so that's why it given as the as a keyword based vulnerability that it have found this particular URL with that name. So it have given us the vulnerability, assigned the CV for that. Okay, so that's how basically the thing worked. So we have to look for the what I say is the exploit, and we have to verify that if the attack is happening or not. Okay, so after verifying that, we can confirm that the vulnerabilities exist. If not, then there is a false positive. Okay, so that's how we can do this nuclei scans. Okay, probably you guys understand that how to basically look for bugs with this sort of automation in large scopes. Okay, is any doubt you have, guys? Hello?
No, it's okay. So for
No.
fetching API keys or any Google key, we required
Yeah, the API key thing
uh,
I will show you in next class. Basically, it will take time, like half an
okay.
for more than an hour, I guess. But let's see. I will. Okay, I'll give you some idea. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
probably it will help you. Let's clear it. Okay, and suppose I guess not suppose. Let's do the thing. Okay, so here are the one-liners basically. Okay, so here you have to do basically sub finder scan. Okay, so this method is for finding two or three type of bugs. Okay, so first one is we look for nmap scan with that. Okay, so in nmap scan we look for the ports and the vulnerabilities, or the version is any old version of there or not. We'll check for that. We'll do directory search for like we'll do a random directory search there, like if there any directory listing enabled or not. We'll check for that. Then we'll collect some parameters. Okay, and the parameters have JS files. Okay, so our focus is only .js files only, and we'll filter the JS files and we'll sort the parameters, and we pass the JS files with the secret finder tool, which will basically capture the secrets like the API or any access key or secret keys or like this. Okay. After that, we can do with the sorted parameters. We can perform nuclei scan with the um, parameters we found in our whole scan. Okay, and we can give it to custom nuclei path, or we can give it any whatever. Okay, so let's start with that. Okay, first. Let's cover it today. Okay. I'm going to delete it for the next day. We'll do paste clear. So here I will mention only the domain, okay, which is Bihar dot gov dot in. Okay, it will do a recursive scan. Okay, and in recursive scan it will get it take times in recursive scan. Basically, you have to just wait for a few minutes or here. Okay, so there is a command which is a dash all, which is for use all source for enumeration in subfinder, and there is minus recursive, which is basically use only sources that can handle subdomain recursively. Okay, so we are doing that. So that's the thing. I forgot to put minus recursive there. Whatever. Let's do the scan quickly. Okay, actually, we have the files like subdomains.txt. We already done it in thing. We're not going with the recursive thing. Now what I'll do, I will collect all of the thing. What I say is capture subdomains through cert.sh. Okay, so where I will give the domain to capture the bihar.gov.in to capture the subdomains, and I'm using a tool which is called Anu. Anu is a tool basically. It create lines basically. Okay, so we can do that. Like I'm giving subdomains 1.txt. Okay, so the Anu line is not there, so you can install Anu by visiting GitHub. It is by Tom Nom Nom. Okay, so he made the tool for creating new lines. Okay, and skip duplicate lines. Okay, so you can copy. You can see how to use or install the tool. So it is similar, like already I did with Go. You just have to go install -b. It will download the file. So the file is in CD. Okay, you have to cd go, you have to go to bin, you have to ls, move it to sudo mv nu. Okay, then slash user slash bin, so you can use the package. Now I'll go cd desktop, cd bihar. We are here. Now I'm gonna use the command again, curl output json. Okay, so let's store it in subdomains basically. Okay, subdomains.txt. Command jq not found. Sudo apt install jq. Okay, so you can install jq as well. So jq, a tool for checking the regex value. Mhm. Okay, so you can search for jq here. Jq GitHub. So jq is also by command line JSON parser. So it parse lines from JSONs. Okay, so the jq have some like it use awk grape and sed. Okay, and it fetch data from JSON. So it's like kind of a regex thing, like it's used to perform on fetch. I'll do clear here and I'll run this command again. See, we are using grep. There is jq and there's subdomains.txt. Now do cat subdomains.txt and check for the line how much we have. We have 591 subdomains here. Okay, in total. Now we will pass it through HTTPX toolkit. Okay, which we need. So I will do HTTPX cat subdomains.txt. Okay, but we don't need to do that. You can do simple HTTPX toolkit here. Okay, and you can just capture -l subdomains.txt, and we'll look for this ports, which is 443808080, which is basically HTTP and HTTPS port, which we can visit easily. Or you don't need any port basically. If you don't want to include ports, you can remove that ports thing, and you can use threads as well. So the threads basically increase the speed or decrease the speed and usage of them. And you can store all of the subdomains, which is alive.txt. You can name it as subdomains alive.txt. Or already we did the HTTP scan where our alive.txt file already available. Still we're doing the thing, okay, to get more responses. Now you can use nabu. Okay, so nabu is a port scanner tool basically. So if you check for nabu, nabu is good with it. Mm, it's a Go based tool which enumerate valid ports basically. Okay, so we are looking for different sort of ports like 800, 8843, 8022. So we're looking for some ports and all. Okay, so with that port, if we found any sort of other services like Oracle web server and like there's some Swagger UI and all, so we can try to find that with the port scanner basically. Okay, and we can use nmap as a scanner, like service version scanner basically. We'll look for the service and versions, okay, what is running on the given port and all. Okay, so we have done the scan subdomains alive.txt. Now we'll do wc minus l, where we have 593 targets only. Now we can initiate this nabu thing. Okay, so the nabu is not there. Okay, so you can install nabu. Sorry, uh, we have to encode this. Sorry, we have to single code this. So I will remove this one, and I have to encode this here. So we need nabu, so we can do yes. So it will install the nabu tool.
I think the file name also needs to be changed.
Which one?
Subdomain
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Okay. I'll do cancel. No. We are basically for Nabu. We are using all of the subdomains basically we collected. Okay, not the alive domains. Okay. So the
Okay.
Nabu is different. For Nabu, we will pass every subdomains what we have found. Okay, we will do port scanning for that. Maybe the subdomains are not working, but in that subdomain could be there are some ports which could be found, and it would be hidden like something we found like directories or something other thing.
Okay.
Like the port have so many other services going on. It could be possible. So for that, we will check for all of the subdomains whatever we found. Okay. So that's why we don't put the alive thing here.
Okay.
You can run it is sudo, so it will give you the more correct accurate scan. Okay, it's running on non-root privileges basically. So the list will go and it will go with nmap minus absc, which is service version and service client basically. So it will check for the versions and all. It will take time. Okay, for this scan. So now I will do the other scan, which is that whatever we saved, now it will go through gov, which is get all urls. Okay, probably you guys know about that. What is gov basically? So gov is basically get all urls. So it is also not installed. I'll show you the installation of gau. Okay, so for get all urls or gov, you can install the package from kali repository itself, which is get all urls. Okay, or you can download it from GitHub. Okay, so the GitHub package is also there, like which is known as Go. Okay, so you can do it is a Go. I guess it is a Go based tool. Yeah, it is a Go based. So you can do just Go. You can do that. Okay. For if you want to use Go here, like the simple command GAU. Uh, for that you need to use. Okay, you can't use Go like that. So if you use with the Kali command, so there you need to install, you need to give the whole name that get all URLs like this. Okay, you have to put like this. Or if you want to simple GAU, so then you have to install it from this Go package, the Go installation file. So it will collect the parameters. Okay, from the given or the subdomains, alive subdomains basically. Now we have to wait until it capture all of the parameters. I will share the file with you until it's happened. Okay. I shared the file. Okay. Check for it. it's taking some of time. It's like the nmap scan is going good, like it's capturing IPs and try to capturing ports as well, like 44380. See, there are some ports with 5060 desktop BBC, like 12720. So you can actually visit the site and look for some more information about the site and all. Okay. So see, the site is not reachable and all. There is 1720 as well. You can look for that port. Okay, so the desktop BBC might not working. There's some video GK, which is I'm using this port. So I can look for the port basically. It is giving not secure, and there is some another ports as well. We have to look it for. Okay, so the commands are now running. See, whatever ports we found, like 808080, okay, with that port, basically, it fetched the port basically, like what port it have found, like 51555555, like whatever port it have, and like this. After the IPs, whatever it collected, it started on that, okay, with that given IP and all. Okay, so the IP and the port will be to scan with the nmap here. Okay, so that's how the Nabu things work here. Nabu command basically used here. The Nabu list subdomains. Okay, so it will take time because there are like almost 500 IPs are there. Not 500, like there are some IPs, like probably 40 50 IPs are there. Okay, so that's the thing. So params.txt is uh, capturing the data probably. Let's see the file by opening the text file. Is any file are storing or like yes, we have got multiple files. See, these are the parameters we are looking about. Okay, like there have some JS file, CSS file, PNG, PDF, JPEG file, whatever it could be, any sort of file. So these are the parameters basically we're looking for. Okay, so here are also JS file available, like .js, .js, .js. Okay, so these are the parameters actually. It have fetched new files probably. So that is JS files we are looking for. So it will take uh, much more time what we are guessing. Okay, so what I do, I will just closing the request because I just want to show you the method only. Okay, so we have get the params.txt. Okay, so I'll do cat params.txt and I'll show you the how many lines are there. Like there are 35,000 lines almost we have got in this 3 4 minutes time. So if it runs in the whole time, maybe it cross lakhs or some similar thing. Okay, so we'll do now other commands like we can do this directory search. So these are the uh, first not yeah, this is the first bug we are looking for, the directory enumeration. Okay, so the directory enumeration will give you the directory is available. So now I will do this one. Sorry, we'll have to put dot search. Yeah, that's especially board. The file got, so I have to remove the subdomains alert.txt. So the minus x is basically exclusion, like we don't want this exclusion list like 500 502 429 404 400. Okay, so we are using a random agent and the thread is 100 and the output. um, okay, so we'll save the output as directory.txt. So I'll give the file a short later, basically directory.txt. You can do that, and you have to give the word list, which is one list for all txt. Okay, so the one list for all txt you can find it in GitHub basically. Let me close this extra. So here is one for all GitHub list. Not this one. One for all word list GitHub. This one. So there are many web fuzzing available, like one for all, micro, short. There are some zip files for big scan. Okay. So I'm using the short.txt over here, and I'll do raw. We'll copy the URL. So these are the dictionary basically. We'll try to brute force on the given URL and try to check for the directories are enabled out there or not. Okay. So the scan is going on in a little taking time, and see, the package is not downloaded yet. Let's see. Let's open a new tab and try to download the file that we copied. So here is the one list for all short.txt, and try to download the file using wget command. Okay, so it's probably the internet issue because so much nmap scan is going on there. Okay, so I'm just closing the nmap scan. For you guys already understood that what we are looking for in nmap scan, so I just skip that. So it probably for multiple scanning the issue persist, the internet is going down or temporary failure is happening. Let's see if it's working. Probably the host gone down in google.com. Yeah, the host maybe is down. Yeah, the host is not responding. Let's to disconnect and reconnect the connection. Um, the network goes down badly. Give it a minute or two, maybe it will be alive again. So that's why Linode is best. No more nuisance there. The server is fast. The server is work every time. Have good hardware. Okay, probably let's see. Yeah, it's got fixed. Let's try to download. So the file started downloading, and here we need to download the dirt search file. See, the file is downloaded. So just we have to wait a few times. So download the thing. So the download of the dirt search is completed, and remains 20%. Okay. To clear and do ls, see, we have the file one list for all short.txt. Now what we'll do, we will run this command, and we have to give the file name basically. So the -w is for giving the file name. One list for all, list for all short.txt. There is a file. Now it will have some package warning. Okay. So now we have 519 subdomains in our list. Okay, and the one list for all short.txt have 8,24,000 and or like 8,25,000 keywords. Okay, which will be tried on this target. Okay, the single target. So as similar, the other 518 targets will do the same with the 8,24,000 4,000 keywords. Okay, so it will take a huge time for checking the list. Okay, so it have to be continued. Okay, so this, we have 1% in what 30-40 seconds, so probably it will take a 1 day or 2 days. So for that, Linode is best. Okay. So we got a hit with 200, which is like slash games error or asx dot available there. So here is the target, so we'll copy the target whatever it's giving us, copy the selection, and let's see it on here, and here the path basically. So that path got verified, and it give 200 us basically. So we look for that what is there. So global page error, some return to something mentioned like this. So there are some path or some folders like this, so we have to look for some directory listing there. So if the vulnerability persists, we can report them through certain on the RBDP. Okay, so that's how the attack have to be done. Okay, so you guys, I guess understood how to have to be done. So it will
Yes,
take
yes,
much time. So
yes.
I'm closing the response. So I'm just doing quit, like quit without serving. Okay, so you can run this dirt search command with sudo. So it will. Now we'll do the parameters thing. We did the parameters captured already. Now I will do this seventh command, which is we'll look for the parameters. Okay, so which is params.txt and the uro file. So uro is a tool basically where I'll show you the tool uro, which can be installed via pip3 install uro. The installation is pretty easy. Pip3 install uro. So what it does basically, it declutters URL list for crawling and pen testing. Okay, so it will basically remove the duplicate content and all. Okay. So uro basically solves that here. Okay, so we'll make a filtered param.txt. So we are removing the duplicates and all. Okay, and the output will be stored as filter param.txt. So it have run, and probably it have completed filter param. I'll check for the lines wc minus l. I have 5069. If I check for the param file params.txt, and if I do wc minus el, that have 35,000 lines. Okay, so we have got 5069 unique lines where the URO basically remove the duplicates and the declutters the keywords basically. So now what we'll do that we'll grep the JS files, like we'll mention .js files only. So the JS file will be stored and the JS files.txt. So now our focus is JS files only. So here we have to rename the filter thing, and there is a grep. Basically, we'll grep the JS files from the filter params, and it will be stored as JS files.txt. So probably it done. Now we'll check for JS files.txt. Let's check for the lines. How many lines are there? WC minus L. So it have 975 lines of the JS files there. Okay. So if you check want to check for the files that you downloaded, see all have .js, 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 .js. Okay. So it have done the work gratefully. Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll run uro again, and we'll use a new command, okay, to filter out it more. Okay. So jsfile.txt, I will make it as 1.txt, jsfiles 1.txt, or you can do one jsfiles.txt. So it will remove the lines, basically duplicate lines. I'll do cat jsfiles. I don't think it I removed anything. Let's make it with 1.txt. No, it doesn't. Jsfiles 1. Let's clear it. ls cat jsfiles 1.txt. Sorry, we have to wc minus el. Okay, so it's basically not remove anything, so there is nothing duplicate and all. Okay, so the file is there. Now what we will do, we will run this given command here, okay, which is we'll read the jsfile.txt. Okay, and while reading the url, basically I'm giving a command in python. So do python 3, and I have to require this file is secretfinder.py. Okay, so first we need to install the file, which for that we need to open terminal here, and you have to download it from GitHub secret finder. So you will get the file from GitHub, which is built by I guess malloc, I guess. So it's a Python script for finding sensitive data like API keys, access tokens, JWT keys, okay, like this. Okay. So we'll do git clone of the file. So the secretfinder.py will download it. Now we'll do cd to secretfinder ls, and we need to install the requirements. Pip install -r requirements.txt, okay, which is required to install the packages to satisfy the secretfinder.py. So it could be run without any error. Okay, so it downloaded JS beautifier and other dependencies, backend dependencies basically. Okay, so the file is downloaded. I'll do clear and ls, and I'll do pwd to get the file path in the directory. Copy selection and go to this, and where I will mention the directory basically. Okay. So here I have to put the file name properly, the secret finder as capital name, and here is do python 3, and it will it will capture the URL from the text file and store as secret.txt, and done. So now I'll do hit basically, and I will wait for have to be done. Okay. So the work is going on still there. We'll do clear again. It will just take. We have less JS file right now because we already closed the work of the automation to capturing the JS file from the parameters. So that's why the files are very less. If you run it for, if you give it to completed, it will have more than like 10 lakhs or something like URLs, or it have like 5,000 or 6,000 plus JS file will probably captured after all of the steps. So it will just take some of times. Okay. You can look for the secrets.txt if I want. Like, you can use mousepad to look for secret.txt. See, it started capturing many things. So we don't have much API keys right now. Probably we cancel it. Okay, okay. Let me close this. But give me a minute. It got crashed. Whatever. Okay, so the thing is completed. Bro, just quit the stop, please. For a sec. How many times did you lap here? Don't know. Whatever. Let's drop it. So we have downloaded the done this secret.txt. Is the thing completed? Yeah, the thing is still going on, not completed. Close this one. It will have to be completed. It will take time to capture. Okay. So until then, we understood how to use Secret Finder. Okay. So there are another tool called Link Finder, which is similar. Okay. Like Secret Finder, which we can also use to find some that find endpoints in JavaScript files, basically. Okay. So you can use that as well. So Secret Finder is just it is based on Link Finder. Okay. So you can get the output as HTML or plain text as well if you want. Okay, so there are some flags. They are like you can get a regex value, or you can get some proxy. And like you can use headers. You can give input of files, or you can get output as well. So the installation is pretty use nothing like this. Like there's just your Python 3 secretfinder.py, and you have to give the file, and it will give you the results. Okay, so like this you can set up basically. You can use your regex. Okay, and it have some regex pre-installed like this for like Google, Captcha, Auth, Amazon. Okay, you can your what I see. You can add your regex as well in the regex configuration of the secretfinder.py. Okay, so that's the thing you can do. Probably this thing will take more time to fetch and load the files and all. Okay, so I'll do Control C here. Okay, so just not do those. So now what I will do, we'll look for the file that here is we had talked about the secret.txt. Okay. So here is some, you can see that there are some Heroku API key are getting, and there is some password available, okay, which is password hyphen zero, password dot semicolon zero. Okay, so there are some URL where some getting. Okay, so suppose you get a Heroku API key. So how we can validate that the API could be exploitable? So for API exploitation, there are a tool called, I forget the name, API exploit. API exploit GitHub. Maybe there is some tool. I forget the name. The tool. Shit. Yeah, key hacks. Sorry, there are a tool called key hacks basically. So you can verify the API. Okay, so there are like thousands or not thousands. Like there are some popular APIs like Zendesk, Zapier, Twilio, Twitch Square, Slack, Pendo, Mapops, HubSpot, Heroku, Google Captcha, Firebase, and all. So we have found a Heroku API key. If I click on Heroku, so it has the pattern here. Like here is the pattern. You can just copy the thing and go to terminal. Basically, we'll do clear here and we'll paste the clipboard. Now we'll remove the API key here, the thing, and we'll paste the API for verifying the API key. Probably it won't verify. Maybe it is. Let's see. It will give you see unauthorized invalid credential provided. Okay, so it's not able to verify the key. So like this, we can do verification of keys. Like we have to look for APIs. We have to look for AWS or S3 buckets. We have to look for some Twilio or some Heroku API keys. Okay. There are another Heroku API key we got, which is this one. Probably it is also the same thing. Like okay, is similar to the it's same. Okay. Uh, so we have to just look for this possible grades and all. Okay. So we didn't completed the whole thing to find or fetch all of the things and all. Okay, so we're getting some Heroku API keys and all, but these are not valid. Okay. And the Heroku API keys are similar for every API key we found here. Okay, some there are we found Amazon S2 URLs. We have to look for the URLs. Like there's no URLs we found at all. Now uh, there are some API key and see, there is some Twilio app SID. Okay, there is some SID available for Twilio, but these are the not SID keys. Okay, so we didn't found anything till now. Okay, here let's see. There is some Twilio account SID, app SID, possible creds like Mondo. Nothing. There, there are nothing we found yet because we have closed all of the thing. So I just give you the understanding that how to use the tool and what the tool basically does for you. Okay, because the scanning and the doing automation, it takes a lot of time and need a lot of focus, so it have to be done on your machine. Okay, if I have to do all of the things, so it will take probably 12 hours 14 hours class to complete all of the things. Okay, so I can just guide you like how to use this automation tool and all, and how to get the bugs and all. Okay, so that's the way you can do this. I hope you guys understood everything today I teached you.
Yes.
Yes.
I already shared the file with you, the commands and all. Okay, you can try and test on your machine. So, and let me know if you have any query after practicing all of this stuff. And
Okay.
hope you guys learned something new today. Okay, then bye. Take care.
Thanks for the session.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.